Shalom. Welcome to Tactically Torah. I am Heath Hayes. How many of you have heard the saying, do unto others as you would have them do unto you? Do you know where that comes from? Do you really? How many of you know that statement actually came from the mouth of Yeshua himself, our Messiah? I believe it's Matthew 7, verse 12. And he tags that up at the end of that verse with this key statement. It says, this paraphrase obviously, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And then he says, for this is the Torah, aka law, Torah being the Hebrew word for laws. This is the Torah and the prophets. So all the basis of the Torah and the prophets is on this one thing. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We see in another place where we see Yeshua stating that by holding the Father number one, loving the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. The two greatest commands. It's the Torah. You think about that. The Torah is founded on loving God and loving man. Do unto your neighbor as you would have them do unto you. Now what you got to realize is after he says that statement, you continue to read on down. He talks about how you have a good father and how would a good father, if you were a good father, when his son asked for bread, would you give him a rock? Or if he asked for a fish, would you give him a snake? How much more you being wicked men, and the Father still loves you, that he would give unto you something that is good and not evil. The Torah is good, not evil. You got to take all this into context. And you read on further down in Matthew chapter 7. Yeshua, he says there will be many in those days. Those days he's referring to is the end of days, his return, when the Messiah finally has his triumphant return and he obliterates Satan's army and throws Satan himself into captivity where he is bound with chains for 1,000 years. Yeah. He says, many will come to me in those days. I believe those days are coming soon. But I digress. He says, in those days many will come to me saying, in your name did we not prophesy, and in your name did we not perform many miracles and cast out many demons in your name? And he will say to them, depart from me, you worker of lawlessness, for I never knew you. That's strong. Now, what does Torah mean? Law. Depart from me, you worker of Torahlessness. What did he say before that? The Father, being a good Father, gave you something good. His laws and his commands, his Torah is good for you. Come on. Said all that to say that his laws and his commands, they are his right rulings. It is to teach you his character. It is to teach you a standard of living. And it's not just a standard, it is the Father's standard. It is how he requires you to live when you are given the opportunity to dwell in his presence. This is the type of conduct that he requires. And it is based and formulated on righteousness. And then you fast forward into the book of John, where Yeshua says, John chapter 14, verse 31, he says, so that you know that I am in the Most High. Paraphrase, obviously. Sorry, it's not a dip, it's a coffee pouch. Sorry. But so that you know that I am of the Most High. I am of the Father. The Father is in me and I am in him. I obey his commands. That's what Yeshua said. So if Yeshua obeyed the laws and the commands of the Most High, and the term Christian means to be Christ-like, why would we not do the very things that Yeshua did himself? You know, Jesus the Christ, the Son of the living God, the very individual who spoke the Torah, the very individual who dislocated Jacob's hip and renamed him Israel, that individual who defined Israel for us in the first place, the Most High is good. His love and kindness endures forever. Oh, man. Love your neighbor as yourself. You know, the things that our Messiah, he spoke, were profound. They were so simple, but so profound. Yet the Father uses the simple to confound the wise. I'm pretty sure that's a proverb. Just another thought I'd bring to you guys. Hope you enjoy it. Bless you. Today's my son's 3rd birthday. It's amazing how fast time flies. When you take that into consideration, the age of your children and how much you have or have not done in a day or in any specified time frame. Something to think about. All right, that's it. Bless you guys. Love you. Have a wonderful day.